Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I am going to cover about 5 or 6 new updates that Squarespace has made to their platform that you can use on your site. So here I am on my demo website. The first thing I'm going to do is just go to the main menu and go to Commerce. Maybe you've seen this, maybe you have not. If you're not doing commerce either, you could skip to the next point. But this one is valuable if you are doing commerce. Squarespace has released its own product review feature. This is awesome, easy, and built in. Is it 100% customizable? Nope. But it is built in. So as you can see here, customers will get an automated email 14 days after a product, service, or digital good is marked fulfilled. So 14 days after, it's not 7, it's not 1, it's not 12, it's not 27, it's 14. I don't know why, but it is. So that is set up there. You could customize what the email looks like, but you could easily just turn this on and start using it. And at the same time, you could also import your reviews from Etsy. So if you're running an e-commerce site, this is great for social proof. And it's a great way, especially if you're doing a lot of e-commerce, to start building up your site. Number 2, fonts. Squarespace has done a fabulous job, and I hope they keep doing this, of updating their font packs, their font pairs, for you to make your site beautiful in literally just a few clicks. I remember when I first started designing websites on Squarespace, I would spend 20 minutes to 4 hours, what it felt like, on deciding which fonts to use. And they're making it really easy and simple to find modern font pairs that you can use and leverage for your site. So you'll go here to Site Styles, where we're at, click on Fonts, and then you'll click on this font pack switch here. So as you can see, there's a bunch of new look and feels that you can go for. Really depends on what you're going for. This is a lot more playful in this way, how this is set up. You could just go through these, get a feel for them. This is really nice. A lot of these are really cool and edgy in a good way for a modern business. So you can go in here, see what's working, see what you like, and see what you'd like to use. What I really like are some of these mixed. This has just a really nice feel. I could see this for like an e-commerce brand. Looks like it's not loading. Let me click on it again. There we go. I could see this for like a new, modern, trendy e-commerce brand. This could look really beautiful. Let me see if I have any text sections here so you can see kind of what this looks like. It looks nice. This also, it's just really clean. This is more of an agency feel, in my opinion. Could be used for a lot of things actually, but in some ways comes off with that agency feel. Here, let's take a look. Beautiful, really tall, thin font, just really elegant. This looks nice as well. Again, very modern. It has a lot of, I don't know what the right word is with how people communicate about fonts, but it's just really, a lot is going on, so it's really captivating. But you can see here, these are all just, I'm just clicking on 1 or 2 things. This is beautiful. This is almost like an OG font, which is a really popular font nowadays, but this looks really nice. And even this is just, this is gorgeous. So there's a lot of potential with something like this. Here you can see the breakdown of all the different font styles and how they lay out, defaults, and the last one we'll do, this is cool. So really thick, really heavy font. But you could come in here, easily customize fonts. As you know, you could go in here and then customize each and every individual style and go from there. Now, number 3. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about lists. If you have not seen lists yet, I highly recommend getting into Squarespace and using them. They're really powerful. I despise the editor, but everything else about them is great. All right, so let's go into a page. And then once I'm in a page, I'm just going to hit Add Section. And then here I am going to go to List. A list operates in its own way. It's different than a gallery. And so lists have this potential to add a lot of beautiful content laid out really well. And as you can see here, maybe I've talked about this before in a new release video similar to this video, but I love this. I absolutely love this. So let's zoom in a little bit and take a look at what we got. So you have this layout here. These are kind of like sliders. Same thing basically. Here, different size images if you want. You could put the text above. If you want a button, you could put a button below as well. You can then have sections like this. This is really valuable. This is like a card look and feel. And on the modern web, cards are just flex boxes, and this style is just so important to have. Again, you could put the whole bit of text above it. It's really beautiful. You could also cut out the images native in the platform. Again, really beautiful. You can make it a circle. You could adjust it to have a different look and feel. It's amazing. Or you can make it just as simple as just having text laid out in a beautiful, organized way. Now, you might look at this and say, oh, that looks really easy. Back in the day, this was not easy. And something like this section here was so difficult back in the day in Squarespace because it wasn't built to do it. And so I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. But as you can see here, there are a ton of styles. You should definitely spend time with this. There's so many ways to customize this, the look and feel. This one is not a list. It just falls under list. You want to look for the ones that have the little eye. That's a special type of category, and I'll show you how you know. So if I click on, let me click on this one. This one looks nice. All right, so if I click on this one, you know you have a list section when it says edit content. If it doesn't say edit content here, as you can see when I scroll up here, it doesn't say that. If it doesn't say edit content, it's not a list. Now, if it's a gallery, it has this little image. So that's a little tutorial for you on the side. But if it's a list, it's going to have this edit content. So I'm going to go in here and we could do a ton. I'm just going to show you an overview. There's a ton of things you could do. So the title is this right here. Do you want to have this text here or just get rid of it? So you could do whatever you like. I'm going to keep it. You could have a button that's a call to action for the whole section down here if you like as well. Show image, it's talking about these images. Show title, this title. Show body, this body. Show button. So if I get rid of the title, you'll see that goes away. Cool. Then the content. Now this is a thing I do not like. I really wish this just looked better, was easy to use. You can't duplicate really easily, but for this title up here and for the button down here, you could change the text. So let me show you. Make it stand out. Yes. Cool. So you can see it's showing up there. Any edits I do. Boom. There we go. You could change the alignment just like that. Pretty simple and easy. The button, same thing. You can make adjustments here, change the look and feel as you like. Now, when we go into an item, you'll see all these options show up. So you have an image here, and then you have all the things for the image that you need, and then you have a title, and then you have a description, and then you have a button and the actual call to action for the button. So you can make a lot of updates here. You can change everything how you like for each one. Now, a limitation here is, it's actually not a limitation, but just to be mindful of, if you show a button on one, you show a button on all of them. So a way to work around that, if you don't want to do that, is what I would just do is go into content, and you could actually custom code this, but just to make it simple, you could do like read more, and then just highlight this, Command K, or this link right here, and then you can make it a link. Boom, just like that, I made it a link. So you could see I could have this one be a link, but this one not be a link. Now, there's one important thing worth noting that you could see here that I want to talk about that is huge. I'm so happy Squarespace has done. So, size and space, that's the important one. All right, so position, this position here, it's a dream. It's literally a dream come true. If you are a perfectionist and you really value those small details, notice the difference here. That little bit of a gap, or if this one has more content than the other one, it looks so funny, especially if it's just kind of random. There's a bunch of random different ones. But this fills up the space so they all look even in size across the board. It makes my heart so happy. And now you're doing it without any custom code. Again, there were a lot of features here, a lot of things you could customize, how you want it to look, how you want it to feel. There's just a ton of things to look at. Let me go back here and move all this alignment this way. And they also have this feature that I think is really cool. Show adjacent slides. And when you turn that on, so do I not have any additional ones? Let me see. I don't like that this is touching the edge. I would try to fix that. But we have a carousel. We have a simple list, which again, you could just come in here and make a ton of changes. Banner, slideshow, literally the whole thing. And then carousel. I really like the carousel for the list. But you can see here, it's kind of showing the next one in the list. If I do, let's do 4. So you can see here, there's this infinite scroll. So it's actually showing the next one here as well, which is pretty cool. So it looks like it just keeps running and running and running. There's a lot of ways to make a lot of things beautiful. Now, the one challenge with this, and I'm going to end because I could talk about this one all day. The one challenge with List is that it does not automatically pull content yet from any other part of your site. Why is that valuable? Well, imagine if you could just pull your newest blog post automatically into a look and feel that you like, or your products, or a specific product category. The only way to add products to a page like this right now is to manually do it. You could use a summary block. Summary blocks are great, but they don't look as nice as this. So as of right now, this is a bit of a limitation because you have to manually, and again, that's why I don't like this content editor. You have to manually upload all the content, and these little boxes going back and forth is a little annoying. It just, like, if you have to make one change to each and every one, you have to like physically do a lot of work. I know it's just moving your fingers, but it's just a lot to do. So that is it for that, but that's what it looks like. I'll hit save. We'll play with it a little bit. You could drag, and on your phone it slides really well. So you can see how it looks here. It's really beautiful. Like, this is gorgeous. It's amazing. All right, let's go to the next one. Now, number 4, let's talk about colors. I'm gonna go back into the design panel, and I just wanna show you a trick that I use for sites that has been really valuable. So if I go to site styles and I'm trying to pick colors for a site, all I do is pick one main color, okay? Find the main color for the brand, or whatever the main color is for the brand. If they send you 7 colors, just find out whatever that main color is. Especially if you're a freelancer trying to design a site, it's your first 10 or 20 sites for clients. Find one color, their main color, and this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna go in here, you're gonna go colors, and then you're gonna open up this palette. There should be colors here. Let me refresh. Perfect, so you can see this here. I would click edit palette, and what I would do is I would find whatever main color is that I want. So in this case, I'm just gonna find this blue. That button there is custom coded, so that's why it isn't showing up as its own blue. Copy that. And basically what I do is I paste it in, and I paste it into the center one. What I do from there is I go from color, and then it gives you these options. Often this one or this one are the best. They're the most, they're the nicest feel, if I could describe it that way. So I click on it, give it a go, see how it feels. Boom, already this like gray with this and this blue looks really nice. Let me see some other sections. Yeah, everything looks really in line. There's some formatting issues that need work, right? Because this is a crazy demo website. But this light blue in the background just looks really nice with the blue button. It's good. This one, in this case, is not the best. Often it looks nice, but I'm not a big fan of like the turquoise or whatever color that is with this blue. I prefer just a light accent color because it almost fades away. It emphasizes the main color. So you can see here, boom, just like that, we picked the main colors. White, I always keep full white. Black, I try to keep full black, or it's an off black that goes really well with the color. But in this case, I would just leave it full black. I don't know if I would adjust it anymore. Maybe I go looking for something else that I like that goes with it. But in this case, like, that looks nice, but I would like go to a tool, find a great color that goes with it perfectly. But just these 2 colors here from color, you just find one and you go from there. You're in good standing. So I'm gonna go in here into colors, and I am going to change this. I'm gonna choose this one, dark 1. This looks great. Literally, I'm looking at this, I love it. It all goes together really well. All the colors accent the main color. Clients love this. Honestly, it's a great tip, and it's a great user experience for clients as well, or for your users. So if you're building your own website as well, this is a great way to do it. Find one color you love, and then just have those 2 accent colors that go around it. You have a really full website experience. Again, this button here, I just noticed this button here is a custom coded button, so I would have to manually change the colors, but everything should look in line. All right, now number 5. So let me cover this for you. This is a really big update in my eyes that you should pay attention to, especially if you design websites for clients. Squarespace is coming out with new templates. So as we know for 7.1, everything is the same base structure. But if you're looking for inspiration or cool ways to implement these new features in Squarespace, pay attention to the templates they make because they are really in tune with what they have and they're able to bring things to life for you. So go in here, check out some of the templates. Some of these are very simple, but some of them are gorgeous. So you'll get a good idea of what's possible. This looks like a gallery section at the top. Here's another section, just text. Okay, cool. The breakdown is easy, it's light, and I know they're coming out with new ones quite often right now. Cool, now number 6, this is the final one. You probably saw this. This is probably one that they did a good job of communicating, which is so funny to me because Squarespace doesn't do a good job of communicating all their new features. It's actually like, tell me what you're working on, tell me what you're building. But in this case, this is a cool one. So let's click the plus sign and then go to scrolling. All right, so we'll click on scrolling here. Boom, we have scrolling text. This is beautiful. Okay, there's a lot of options. You could customize this in a lot of ways. You can make a lot of things happen. So with that said, pause on hover, fade edges, cool. The speed is a little slow. Let me move it up a little bit. Yeah, let's go that way. Wave intensity. Let's just intensify that. Okay, and then you can link the text if you want. There's a lot of options of what you can do here. I'm really happy with it. I think it's kind of funny that they even emphasize making this update out of anything. There's 100 things they could have done. But let me go back. This is really in your face. But let's do that. And then actually let me slow it down. And let's just go to 1. Pause on hover. Yeah, that could stay. And if I was actually designing this on a client site, I'd probably do something like this. Let me see what I could do here. I would do section width. I'd do it as full as possible. I wish I could fill it on the screen. That would be my goal. And you could add items, which I think is interesting that there's separate items instead of just like writing it all out. But you could do that. Okay, cool. And then go back here, wave intensity. Let's go back to nothing. What's this? Nah, I'll just keep it at nothing. Text style heading or paragraph. Cool, I'll keep it at heading. Yeah, there's a lot of options you could customize here. Oh, item spacing. Okay, that makes sense. So the item spacing is why they have separate content blocks. So how much space you want between each item, which I think is actually really cool. Okay, yeah, that's awesome. So, okay, so I just made some updates here. Go to design. It looks really nice. It looks cool. Let me hit save and then go from there. What I would probably do is create this in its own section. So I'd go here. I do add section here, add blank, perfect. I'd go to section height, really small, content width, full, and then I drag this into it here, get rid of this content block, and then that looks way cooler there. So we could keep the fade, get rid of the fade. I'd probably play with something like this. Yeah, depending on if I push it all the way to the edge, then I go from there. So let me hit save, and we're good to go. So boom, look at that. That is beautiful. When you hover over it, it pauses. It looks really nice. It's good. It's really, really good. So that is the 6th feature. I hope you found value in this video. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. And if you want more content like this, consider subscribing. I publish new videos every single week just for you so you can have the best life ever. All right, appreciate you guys. See you guys in the next video.